Hello, welcome to Dreams. I'm not sure if anyone is attending live, so I'm doing the intro before anyone shows up. A lot of people are doing the recordings these days, so which is great. I've pulled cards for all of you. I have all of your energy in mind. And I just wanted to first say that this is a relaxing, restorative practice. So make sure that you're comfortable the whole time. Make sure that you can, especially with the Yoga Nidra, be uninterrupted for that period of time. It's about 20-30 minutes of the practice, the end of the practice. And to not judge or grade where you're at or how your body is or isn't able to do things. I've had a lot of feedback this week about that. That I'm not doing what other people are doing. But I will remind you that you can't see anyone else. You actually don't know what they're doing. And when I teach restorative in a room with other people, I set everyone up into the posture. So I don't actually cue in a room. I've just developed a way of cueing restorative for camera and for this online medium. So that's just something to keep in mind as you move through the practice, that whatever modification you need to take, and if you end up just being, supported lying down on your back, that's okay too. It's about connecting with your breath. Particularly this practice is about meditation. Sink into that place of visualizing and breathing and being. Okay, so restorative is sometimes the most challenging practice because we just have to be. And there are various things we have to accept about ourselves being along the way without disappearing. So with that being said, I really hope that you enjoy your practice. And we'll get started shortly. So you have time to set up. I have the bolster set up for a legs up the wall. So if you want to do this as a wall practice, find a piece of wall that is where there's enough space and you can get your bum right up to it. Another option would be to do legs up the side of a couch or a chair that's fixed, one that's not going to move. Or you can use a bolster or stack of pillows to support yourself. And again, as we move through the practice, there will be things that come out of my mouth. And if you haven't heard what I've said, it isn't for you. So don't be too worried or feel like you need to catch up. What you need to hear and what is for you will make itself apparent. I'm wondering if that speaker blinking is going to be distracting. So maybe lighting a candle, maybe getting a journal ready. If you have a journal, to write down what you experience at the end of your practice. And the theme for tonight is dreams. So taking that double meaning of dreams, dreams as in what we experience at nights or when we're asleep. And then also dreams for our waking lives, the things that we had always sort of thought we had would accomplish, or our deepest desires. So both are deep, both are potentially hidden. Some of us are aligned with our dreams for our lives more than others. Some of us gave up on certain things. We had excuses, we had justifications, we had situations come up. But it's worth checking in with those dreams again. And maybe they've changed, maybe they've altered. So for instance, if when you were a kid, you always thought you would write a book and that was just something you like knew about yourself and you lost that along the way. Maybe now it's not so much a book as it is a short story, or there's something inside of you that wants to get out, is the premise of this class. And so we're going to uncover that through the Yoga Nidra practice. And if nothing comes up, that's okay too. So I'll just show you what I've done here to set up the legs at the wall posture. I am lucky enough to have a bolster, so I use the bolster and I stacked boxes underneath, and you can stack them fairly high. And this is to hold the length of your legs. So if you have really long legs, a bolster may not be long enough. You may want to use a wall or a piece of furniture to accomplish that. And then you'll bring your hips up right next to the wall or the pillow, legs up the wall or pillow, and lie back, arms up overhead, and just sink and settle into this posture. And once you've settled there, relaxing the feet. If you have your legs up the wall, making sure that your bum is nice and snug up against the wall. And relaxing the inner thigh and knee, letting the hip bones sink down toward the earth. Your arms are up overhead, but bending the elbows to allow for them to touch the ground and be supported. If the elbows don't reach the ground, maybe placing some pillows or blankets underneath the elbows. And don't worry about rushing. You have time to get yourself set up here. Taking long, slow, deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Leaving any thoughts or worries outside of this room, outside of this space. I'm really feeling the safety of this space. You are allowed to settle, to relax each muscle, to not think about what comes before or after. And if you miss something, knowing that you have the time and space to catch up. This is not a fast flow. If I guide you out of a posture and you feel you're meant to be there for longer, allow for that. Stay there. Honor your intuition. This whole practice is about your subconscious mind. About entering into that space between awake and asleep. You are here to dream while you are awake. And sometimes in that space, there are things we do not want to see or acknowledge. And that is why you are reminded that you are safe in this space. Feeling a tingling sensation run down the leg. Letting that blood flow reverse. And just as we need some mental shifts in perspective, sometimes our body needs that too. To be turned over and to be renewed. Long, slow, deep breath in through the nose. And release out through the mouth. Feeling those shoulders relax. All the muscles of your face relax. As your hips settle more and more into the floor, your shoulders and the back of your head. Try not to put a pillow under the head, as that will restrict your airways. If you do need a little bit of support, just a small or thinly folded blanket under the back of the head. But lengthening the neck to make space for your breath in. Deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. You are safe here in this space. All your teachers and ancestors, guides, energies, and entities stand behind you, supporting you. Me and my teachers and ancestors, guides, energies, and entities stand behind you, supporting you. And their teachers and ancestors, guides, energies, and entities stand behind them. And on and on. A network of support and strength to guide you through this practice. Feeling more and more relaxed. Feeling the beauty of these supports beneath your body, behind the leg, and up the back body, the backs of the arms, and the back of the head. Feeling earthed and grounded, tucked safely into this space. As that tingling sensation runs down the legs, from the toes, the ankles, knees, thighs, hips, and runs out through the torso, the chest, arms, and fingertips. You are completely relaxed. Surrendering to this moment, this time, and this space. Bring your awareness to this space between your ears. This is your seat of observation, and you may visualize, see, hear, or feel yourself as an observer. Sitting down in this space between the ears and looking out over the space between the eyebrows, the home of your inner vision, your intuition. And these are the eyes, and this is the self that experiences the lucid dream. And when that self, the self between the ears, is asleep, we cannot remember or see our dreams. But their body experiences it. There is a memory. And those forgotten memories affect our waking life. Tune in to yourself, that is the observer, watching your thoughts play out like images on a movie screen between the eyebrows. And perhaps an image comes across, a guide, an energy, an entity, an ancestor will come to you in that space and say, "Follow me." And you move from that seat and follow them, still observing, still watching. And as we move through the visions in our mind and our imaginations in this way, it is the same in lucid dreams. Stay here a while in the silence. Perhaps you call in a guide. The guide is simply a figure that will show you something or teach you something or answer a question for you. If you have never connected with a guide, maybe you ask for an animal and see where it takes you. Breathe deep into the nose and out through the mouth, settling into this silence. And if you get lost or find yourself in the dark, know that I am here and you can call out for me and I will come and help you. Bringing you back to the start. There is no such thing as doing this over too many times. If at any time during this practice you find yourself having an intense emotional response, crying, laughing, feeling angry, know that that is perfectly all right. And see if you can allow yourself to fully lean into that response. Sometimes leaning into the darker emotions, allowing ourselves to fully feel them is how we move through them. In denying their existence, we give them power. More power than they need or deserve. Start to bring your arms down to your sides, palms facing down. And walk your feet to either side of your pillow, or so on the floor, or if you're on the wall, bringing your legs out wide, standing your feet on the wall. Dropping the knees out to the side. And you'll feel an awakening, an opening in the inner thigh. Soften the jaw. Keep your palms planted on the earth, lifting one shoulder blade and then the other, tucking the chin in toward the chest, holding here. And you may notice that there is some gripping in the toes, trying to hang on to the wall or to the floor. We'll just let that go. The knees and the inner thighs holding tight to the bone, just let that soften. If you want to take this a little bit further, and you don't have to, you can start to bring the soles of the feet together. So if your legs were elevated on the wall, you bring the edges of your feet together on the wall. Or if you're down on the ground, bringing your feet to those pillows, slightly elevated up off the earth. The knees are dropping down toward the floor. Maybe you place some pillows under the thighs here. Remember that we are holding for a period of time, so you want to find a certain level of comfort. Where you can keep standing your feet on the earth, just letting the knees drop out slightly. So this can be really intense in some bodies, for some backs as well. So just allow yourself to rest in what feels comfortable, in what feels right. And then begin to bring your hands to your belly, framing your belly button with a diamond shape. So the thumb and the index finger together around the belly button. And just letting your hands rest here. Relaxing the elbows. If you need to place pillows or blankets under the elbows here for support, you can do that. Taking your time, settling in. There's no need to rush. And start to become aware of the shape that you are making with your body. This diamond shape from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. And then at the center with your hands, another diamond. a shape within a shape. And feel that movement inward from the outer to the inner, sinking in through the belly button. From the outer to the inner. Collapsing in through the belly button. Bring your visual awareness, if you can, to this space that you have created in your belly. See if you can drop down and follow that collapse down through the belly button. The remains of your connection to your mother, the original source of nourishment for your body. This was once the space that sustained your life. Travel down through this space. And eventually you will break through to somewhere else. Notice if this place feels familiar. How it feels safe and warm. And allow yourself to explore this new yet old and familiar space. Perhaps more familiar than anywhere else you've ever been. You may call on any energies, entities, ancestors, or guides. Perhaps in this space, it is your own mother who wishes to show you this familiar place. And if there is grief or anger, fear, Allow yourself to feel it and express it freely. In this space, you are safe. Remember that you are the observer. That you watch what happens wherever you go in your mind. You are safe from the attachment of experiencing or being carried away by whatever you see. And you can call on me if you find yourself in darkness or lost. Start to bring your awareness back up through the belly button. Feel yourself emerge back into your body and draw your knees toward one another. For those of you at a wall, bring your legs out wide, making a V shape, holding here. You can place objects underneath the thighs to hold and sustain them. For those of you who are working with the floor, we're going to slowly bring ourselves up to seated. Bring the legs out wide. Bring the legs out wide. Got my cozy pillows and blankets, and then surrender over. You can also use the edge of a bed or a chair to support the forehead. I like to use things to stack up. You can use a bunch of pillows. If you're using pillows, rest on one ear so that you're not suffocating yourself. And we reach out through the heels, flex the toes back toward the face, and then wiggle the toes and relax, release. Again, take your time getting here. Take your time. Finding what feels right. If the knees are slightly bent, don't worry about that. We are using space and time to open and soften these muscles. Try not to judge yourself for how wide your legs go or how tight you are. There is nothing that is not improved by practice. If we cannot accept that we are human, there are many other things we cannot accept. So we are here to surrender to that acceptance of ourselves, of our limitations. Breathe into the backs of the legs. Let each inhale make space. And if your eyes are not closed, begin to feel your eyelids become heavy, to settle and relax the muscles of the neck, behind the ear, your jaw. And whether you are seated or supported by the ground, feel a warm hand one that is invited and welcomed, placed between the shoulder blades. This warm, supportive energy begins to work to soften the back of your heart. Breathe into this hand. And with each exhale, feel the warmth come closer and closer into the heart. And this is the place where the deepest emotion, the ones that we process through nightmares, intense dreams, this is where they live. Feel the warmth and support of this hand. Breathe into it. And feel all the static from your head draining down. All the noise and the clutter. The static and scribble. as your heart warms and opens from the back to the front. We allow this darkness out. This warm hand helps you to hold this darkness and to breathe it out. We cannot heal what we cannot see. You are safe and supported in this space, breathing into the hand between your shoulder blades. And perhaps you feel, if you need, another hand at your lower back. To comfort and nurture this release. You are loved and you are safe. It is not weak to open your heart. Your strength is your vulnerability. And the dreams are the product of the feelings we avoid. You are now open to this process. Begin to make your way to your back, whatever that means. If you're sitting up, removing everything from your mat, lying down flat. If your legs are up the wall, bringing yourself back so that your feet and everything are lying flat on the earth. Shavasana. You can use a bolster or a rolled up blanket or a pillow underneath the thighs or knees to help support the lower back. Please try not to bring anything underneath the head to keep the airways open for your breath. And you have time to transition, staying as low to the ground with your eyes as soft as possible to stay in this relaxed state. Make sure you are warm that you have socks or a sweater or a blanket. As we will begin to transition into Yoga Nidra shortly. And once you are settled, go ahead and take a nice deep breath for me. In through the nose for the count of 4. Hold for the count of 4. Exhale to the count of 4. Hold your exhale for the count of 4. Inhale for 4. Hold. Exhale. Hold. And inhale, continuing for counts of 4. And some people like to visualize this as a box that they're creating. We're moving about the direction north. Inhale. Hold for east. Exhale for south. Hold for west. The same can be done with the elements. Inhale for earth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for air. 2, 3, 4. Exhale for fire. 2, 3, 4. Hold for water. 2, 3, 4. Continuing this breath around and around. And maybe that box becomes a circle. The more you travel around, the smoother it becomes, the edges of your breath. You count slower and slower. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And bring your awareness now down to your feet, the soles of your feet and your toes. And begin to relax the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and pinky toe. All relax, relaxing the ball of your foot and the arch of the foot and the heel of the right foot, the top of your feet, and your ankles. Relax and soften. Relax the tissues, the lower legs, the shins, and the calves, all the way down to the bone. Relax, heavy, soft. Relax the right knee, the front and the side and the back of the knee, and relaxing the thigh, the outer thigh, the inner thigh, front and back. Relax into the groin and into the hip, completely settled and relaxed. Your right leg is now completely relaxed, heavy on the earth. You bring your awareness down to your left foot, the big toe relaxes, becomes heavy. Second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and pinky toe. All relax. And down all the little bones and joints in the feet, ball of the foot, the arch of the foot, the outside edge and the heel, and across the tops of the feet, all relax. The ankle and into the lower leg, through the connective tissues and the muscles and the bone, the calves, the backs of the legs, the shins, the front, to the knee, back of the knee, front of the knee, right side of the knee and left side. Moving up the left leg. Everything to the knee is now relaxed and heavy. And now up the outside edge of the thigh, the inside of the thigh, the back and the front, the groin, and up to the hip. Your left leg is now completely relaxed, and you feel this sensation travel through all the reproductive organs, right hip, left hip, right glute, left glute, moving up the back body and across the skin of the lower belly, all settled, heavy, and relaxed. And feel this relaxation move over the middle belly, through the middle back, moving up your spine on the right side and the left, and through the right ribs and the left ribs, all heavy, settled, and relaxed. Moving up through all the organs and tissues and muscles of the middle body toward the lungs, the heart, and your chest. Your chest becomes heavy on the right side and heavy on the left, totally and completely relaxed. As it travels over the right shoulder and down the right arm, the bicep, to the elbow, and down the forearm, into the wrist, the right palm, and thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky. Moving back up the right arm through the palm, the back of the hand, the wrist, elbow, shoulder, moving across the chest into the left shoulder, heavy and relaxed, and down the left arm, back of the arm, front of the arm, elbow, forearm to wrist, palm to thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky. Running up that pinky edge of the hand, back through the palm to the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, and up the left side of the neck. The back edge and the front edge, and down to the bone in your chest, clavicle, space, moving over to the right side of the neck, where it connects with the shoulder, up to behind the ear, and the base of your skull. And this relaxation spreads across the back of your skull, moving up toward the crown of your head, and starts to move down the forehead toward the eyebrow, and the skin between the eyebrows and the temples, bridge of the nose, tip of the nose, eye socket and eyeball, relaxed and heavy, and the cheeks on the right side, and the cheeks on the left, and down the right side jaw, and the left side jaw, and the chin, and the lips, and the tongue is heavy in the mouth. And you are now fully and completely relaxed. Completely at peace. And in this space, you will find a door. And this door will lead you to your forgotten dreams, the wishes and desires that you had for this life that you have lost along the way, or that you know but need to see clearer. You will find behind this door what you are looking for. And what you do with it is up to you. You are free to make choices and decisions in this space. You are free to choose. You are free to accept or reject anything you see. So long as you stay in the space of the observer, not getting carried away from the space between. If you get lost or fall into darkness, remember you can always call out for me. And I will help to guide you out. You are safe here in this space. And what is being shown to you is for your highest and greatest good. a sea turtle, a spring, a sun bear, fish, a gate, and scales. It is not weak to feel. Your vulnerability is your strength. A heart that knows darkness has so much potential for healing. There is no need to be afraid. Of your own mind. It is a beautiful place. What are your deepest desires? What are your forgotten dreams? You are worthy of these things. If you start to feel yourself drifting towards sleep, anchor yourself in my voice or in my presence or in the space between your eyebrows where you continue to watch visions without judgment, without thinking. Allowing your mind to show itself to you. You are safe here, and no one is judging you.
It is safe to open your heart. It is safe here to feel your feelings. Sometimes the harshest judge of ourselves is ourselves. As you open yourself up to your greatest desire and to your dream, be kind and loving toward the self that longs for these things. Like anything young or new that needs protecting. Nurture this self like you would the wee one you were caring for. In nurturing, we grow. In darkness, we create. All the beautiful and bright and living things. What are your deepest desires? What are your dreams?
If anyone is there with you in this space between awake and asleep, you may thank them for their guidance or for spending this time with you. You may make plans to see them again. We start to make preparations to come back into our bodies, feeling present in our feet, in our legs, in our torso, and arms, and neck, and face, fully coming back into your body, back into your space. You may start to wiggle the toes, point and flex the feet. Make fists and stars with your hands, inviting energy back into your hands and wrists, with rotating the wrists. Maybe moving the head from side to side, rocking from ear to ear. Coming back into the room, coming back into your body. You are now awake. You have come out of that space between. And start to bring the soles of your feet to the earth, mat distance apart, and rock the knees from side to side. This will massage your lower back and spine and wake up the body even more, the lower body. Maybe reach your arms up overhead and let that twisting sensation come all the way up to the shoulders. Back and forth, feeling that transition from outside edge of the foot to inside edge of the foot. The movement in the spine, twisting in the belly. Breathe into it and enjoy. This time of transition is so very important. The posture you're coming out of, Shavasana, is called corpse pose. It represents the death part of the rebirth cycle. And so you are reborn each time you come off your mat. And we honor every stage of that process. So pause with your knees together, your right hand to your heart space, your left hand to your belly. Feeling your heartbeat underneath your right palm. Feeling the rise and fall of your breath under your left palm. And this is your moment of gratitude, finding something that you're grateful for. Filling your entire body with that feeling of gratitude. And it's gratitude that is the greatest armor we have in this life, allowing us to be vulnerable and strong at once, to express kindness without feeling weak, to love without fear. The work we have done here tonight is only strengthened, protected, and nourished by this gratitude. When we approach the world with thankfulness, we invite more to be thankful for. And feel this radiate out from your center, so that not only are you full with this energy of gratitude, but that there is more for others. Whatever radiates out from you is a gift that you give to the world around you. And when you're ready, reaching your right arm alongside the ear, coming over onto your side into the fetal position. And take this moment to recognize and receive the love you have given yourself through this practice, for showing up for yourself, for placing your body in a few postures, moving through these deep meditations. And knowing that whatever did not release or come in, there are always other opportunities to do this work. And so being kind to yourself for whatever you feel your shortcomings may have been. Hopefully there weren't any, but if there are. When you're ready, pressing into your palm, bringing yourself up to seated, finding a comfortable seat. We will close this practice together with our palms facing forward, chest and heart open, tall spine, shoulders relaxed down the back. Feel into your palms. Close or relax the eyes. And you now receive through your palms a feeling of connection from the root that connects us all, in the song that sings the universe. Kindness, compassion, community, empathy, support, all of the ways in which we are not alone. We feel and receive this energy. Feel it surge up the arms into the heart space, filling you, fulfilling you. And this feeling of connection is accessible whenever we should need it, simply by connecting in with the memory of it, with the heartbeats or with the breath. And from this space of connection, we begin to tap into the flow from right to left. We receive through our right and give through our left. An endless flow of energy from right to left. And flow is like prayer, communication with the divine. It is when we allow this flow, when we do not stop its movement, when we open our hearts and our minds, that we are able to freely give and receive. To receive what we need and to give what is needed. And perhaps you see around you in this circle people you feel are in need of this connection, whether you like them or not. Allow yourself to see their faces, to feel their presence, sending this energy from right to left, unbroken, undisrupted, undisturbed. When you're ready, draw your hands to your heart, bow your head to your chest. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me tonight and always. You can transition to sleep or to bed from here, where if you are moving on or spending some time, please hydrate, eat some protein. If you need any additional support, please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. And I wish you all the best. Thank you.